Have you ever stopped mid-sentence because you were not sure if it was or were? And then you never continued talking because you thought that you will mess up the grammar rules? Well, not anymore. Hi there, I am Anisha from EngVarta, and today I'm going to give you 12 essential grammar rules that will change the way you speak and write without sounding too bookish. So are you ready? Let's start. Now the main question is why grammar rules are important. See, before we jump into that, you need to understand that grammar is not about being perfect. It's basically a toolkit that you need to use to enhance your skills, right? Grammar helps you to be more understood, to be more clear in what you are saying, okay? So now let's talk about the 12 essential grammar rules that you should know. Rule number 1. Use proper sentence structure. See, every complete sentence needs a subject and a predicate, and I like to call it who did what. Let's look at a few examples. My dog barked loudly. Now, the dog is the subject, and barked loudly is the predicate. Okay, next one. He is sleeping on the couch. Now, he is the subject, and sleeping on the couch is the predicate. Just remember, do not use incomplete fragments like because I was hungry. They are completely incomplete sentences without any total thought. So instead of that, you can say I ate something because I was hungry. Moving on to rule number 2. Ensure subject-verb agreement. See, the subject and the verb should match in number, which means that if the subject is in singular form, then the verb should also be in singular form. And if it is in plural, then the verb can also be in plural form. For example, she walks to school. They walked to school. He is late today. They are late today. And here's a simple tip. You need to be careful with certain tricky subjects like everyone, eat, nobody. It's everyone is waiting for you, not everyone are waiting for you. Okay? Rule number 3. Use correct verb tense. See, it's really important to use the correct verb tense with your sentences. This helps you to sound more clear and more fluent with your responses. Now, you can think of the 3 tenses as the 3 big time zones. Number 1, past tense, for actions that are finished. Number 2, present tense, for actions that are happening regularly. And number 3, future tense, for actions that will happen later. For example, he studied yesterday. He studies every day. He will study tomorrow. Now here's a simple tip. Do not mix tenses within a sentence unless and until it's necessary. For example, you cannot say she studies every day and went to the library yesterday. No. Instead, you can say she studies every day and she went to the library yesterday. Moving on to rule number 4. Use modifiers correctly. Modifiers like adjectives and adverbs are words that describe something or add a little detail to the noun or the verb. Think of them as spotlights. And when you put a spotlight at the wrong position, wrong things get highlighted. In the same way, when you put wrong modifiers in a sentence, the meaning of the sentence completely changes. So remember, a modifier should always be next to the word it describes. For example, the boy is my friend with a red hat. Now this is a wrong sentence. The correct would be, the boy with the red hat is my friend. So did you see the difference? Now in the wrong sentence, it seemed like that the hat is on the friend, not on the boy. So the meaning of the sentence completely changed. Moving on to rule number 5. Using proper noun agreement. See, pronouns are like shortcuts in a sentence. Instead of using the noun again and again, you can go for a pronoun. But it's very important that the pronoun matches the noun that it is replacing. Yes, especially in terms of person and number. For example, Sarah lost her keys. Now, you cannot say Sarah lost his keys. On the other hand, the students raised their hands. You cannot say the students raised his hand. That's completely wrong. So keep in mind that the noun you're replacing with the pronoun matches. Next up is rule number 6. Use active voice when possible. See, in active voice, the subject does the action, which makes the sentence more clear and more direct. Whereas in passive voice, the action is being done by the subject, which comes later, which comes after the object. So the sentence becomes a little indirect, a little unclear. So instead of that, always go for active voice. For example, in active voice, it will be, the chef prepared the meal. Whereas in passive voice, it will be the meal was prepared by the chef. You can use passive voice as well, but use it when you want to focus on the object more. For example, the letter was sent yesterday by me. Overusing passive voices can make the sentences boring and vague. Moving on to rule number 7. Use commas appropriately. See, using commas help you take pauses at the right spots. They separate ideas so that your sentences are not continuous. They're not clumping all the ideas together. For example, after dinner, we went for a walk. I like to eat mangoes, oranges, and pineapples. Also, here's a quick reminder. Don't overuse commas. Also, don't use them with two independent clauses. For example, yesterday I went to dinner, I went to the party as well. No, this is wrong. Instead of that, you can say, yesterday I went to dinner and then I went to the party as well. Next up is rule 8. Capitalize proper nouns and titles. Always use capital letters for names, places, brands, and titles when a name is involved. For example, I visited New York City. Dr. Seth is waiting for you. Or a book title, The Killing of a Mockingbird. But here's also one thing that you need to keep in mind. Don't overcapitalize anything. For example, the word the mountain. Here the M does not need to be in capital. It is okay as it is. Moving on to rule number 9. Using consistent point of view. See, point of view is an angle or perspective in which you are framing a sentence. It tells who is speaking and who is being spoken to. So, there are three main POVs, that is first person, second person and third person. Now, first person is us when we are talking to ourselves, which is I, we. So, the sentence would be I like coffee. And now, second person when we're talking to the listener, when we're talking about the second person. So, it would be you and yours. So, the example would be, do you like coffee? And now, last, the third person. So, it means when we're talking about someone else. So, it will be they, them, he, she, her, and so on. So, the sentence would be here, do they like coffee? Does she like coffee? And so on. Moving on to rule number 10. Place adverbs and adjectives correctly. See, adjectives and adverbs are like makeup to your sentences. They add detail, they add more color to your sentences. But if the makeup is put wrong, then things can get a little messy. Just remember, adjectives modify nouns and adverbs modify verbs, other adverbs and adjectives. Let's look at a few examples. Number 1. The blue car is mine. Now in this, the word blue is an adjective. Number 2. She quickly finished her homework. In this, the word quickly is an adverb. Just keep in mind one thing. Do not use an adjective where you have to use an adverb. For example, he runs quick. No, he runs quickly. Moving on to rule 11. Use articles correctly. See, articles are used to tell how specific you are being when you're talking about something. They are like labels. A and an, it means one of many. The, it means one that you already know. For example, I saw a cat, or I saw the cat that lives in the neighborhood. Rule number 12. Avoid double negatives. See, using two negatives in one sentence can cancel out each other and confuse the meaning of the sentence. For example, I don't have no money. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. Instead, you can say, I don't have any money. All right, grammar warriors. That was it for all the 12 essential grammar rules. Use them, practice them, make mistakes because that's how you learn. And hey, if you want to practice these grammar lessons with someone, then you can do that on the EngVarta app. On the EngVarta app, you can practice with live English experts on a daily basis. They will help you with your overall fluency. So, download the app now. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like, share and subscribe button for more such amazing content. I will see you super soon with another video. Till then, bye-bye, take care and happy learning.